Hey guys, this is my lesson for the final part of my portfolio in our senior English class. You may be wondering to yourself, why is there a picture of Abby with some kid on the screen? Is that her kid? Let me answer your questions. This little girl right here is Gabby. And he is Jackson. No, these two kids aren't mine, but I spent more time with them than they did with their own family. Jackson and Gabby both attended the daycare that I worked at for almost a year and a half. I was blessed to watch Jackson grow up, start talking, and learn that no, I wasn't his mom. My name was actually Abby, and I was his teacher. And with Gabby, I learned that no matter what has happened to someone when they were born, it doesn't make them any different from us, at all. Gabby was born premature. She spent the first 6 months of her life in the hospital. She had a catheter, a feeding tube, and even though she was 5 years old, she was still in diapers. Watching this little girl struggle with the card she was dealt, but yet still having that smile on her face, was such a touching experience. During the time I knew her, she got a kidney transplant, got rid of her catheter, and learned how to eat real food instead of being fed through a tube to her stomach. You may be wondering again, why do I care? That's great that you love these two kids, but how is this a lesson for me? Well, 9 months ago, I lost these two kids. My boss came to me and said, "We're getting shut down. We have a week to tell the parents, a week to get ourselves out of here. I'm sorry, I hope you can find another job." I had no say in this at all. I had no fighting chance to save our building, to save our daycare, to save the safe place these kids called their home. My presentation today is on the 5 stages of grief. No, these two kids didn't die. Worse, they were taken away from me, like a rug pulled out from underneath my feet and left me lying on the floor, not knowing what to do next, where to go, and how to keep going on, when my kids, who were basically my own, were being taken away from me and there was nothing I could do. The 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. If you've never experienced the 5 stages of grief, you may think it's easy to go through these stages, but it's not. Some people can go through them just fine and get to acceptance fast and move on. Some people, however, stay in denial, go down to bargaining, go to anger, go back up to denial, and just keep going through the cycle. And they think that they're acceptance, but then they just go right back up. When I lost my 2 kids, I wasn't allowing myself to go through these stages naturally. I didn't want to. I just stayed at denial. I forced myself to stay at denial. I fell behind on my schoolwork, lost some friends, and pushed myself away from my family. It wasn't until my best friend helped me through this, and I let myself go through these stages. Then, my grades started picking back up, I talked to my friends more, and I became closer to my family. If you didn't get anything out of this presentation other than what I'm going to say next, then that's fine. Just know that the 5 stages of grief are just that, stages. You may go back and forth, or you may just go through them all at once. Either way, you need to be healthy and let yourself go through them naturally.